Hello, this is Carolyn from Carolyn's Paper Therapy, and I've just completed my second journal from the Vintage Love Kit from Shabby Art Boutique. I'm calling this one Happy Ever After. On the cover, I have put down lace that hangs over the edge, some cheesecloth, and a fussy cut flower arrangement, all framing this journal card of the little girl. Underneath her, before I glued her down, I put some music and a little piece of ephemera from the kit, just a little cheesecloth to hang out over the edge, and then I put her down with these things on top. Before I put anything on here, I decided to tie it with a ribbon, so that's all glued underneath before I started anything. And it's glued down so that it stays on the journal once the journal is opened. Little flower here is made with my three flower punches. There's 3 different sizes, and I just layered the 3 sizes and then put a little dot of sparkly in the middle, and I put a little bling on each end of our Happy Ever After title of the book. On the tie, I have added with a pear clip some pearls and charms. This one has a leaf and a key. This one has a heart and a feather. I tied a knot in the end of the ribbon first, and then I used the pear clip to fasten these on. So let's open it up and see what's inside. On the inside front cover, I have used some die cut items this time. This is lace, paper lace, that is made with this die cut. And if you've never used a die cut machine and you have something real intricate like this, you'll need a tool like this to go over it and get all the little pieces out. And what doesn't come out that way, you poke out with this pokey end. When I first got the dies, I didn't have this, and I thought I would lose my mind before I got all those little dots out of there. But this is what it takes right here. Okay, I put that down first, and then I put down some music and a little bit of cheesecloth, together forever words, and another little flower with a pearl in the middle. I used this journal card to make a side pocket. I glued it down on 3 sides, and then it has a couple of items in the pocket. This journal card with a bow attached, and this little tag that opens up. On this side, this is a page where I took it and folded it up by a third to make a pocket. And so we have a pocket here, and then farther back in the book, we have the pocket on the other end. This had a picture printed on the page, so I made sure when I turned this up that I didn't cover her. And this little edge right here is glued down to make the pocket. To decorate the pocket, I used a little piece of my fabric, pink and white fabric, ripped underneath, just a strip of it. And I used a piece, tore a piece of my background papers that is a rose. Added some vintage music. This little piece of ephemera, the words "Be Mine," and a strip of pearls. And inside the pocket, I have this vintage photograph of a lady with a beautiful hat on, and another one of our tags that opens up. On the other side of this short page, I created a pocket out of a small postcard, gluing down the 3 sides, and I used the word love. Inside the pocket, I have the ticket journal card. All my pages are printed on the back so that it's decorative, but it's open for writing. And this journal card, I just punched a hole in the corner and tied on some of my hand-dyed seam binding. On this page, I did something a little different. I have some cellophane bags that I ordered. Came in a package like this. I don't know how many are in there. 100. So I won't need these again anytime soon. The size is, well, let's see. Let me see what the size is. It's just under 3 inches by 4.5 inches. And I like these because you can see through them. So we can see the journal card inside that has the picture of the little girl and the flowers. And so since she was framed at the top, I fussy cut this piece out to frame her at the bottom. This is some more of the lace that I did with my die cut. I took my pink and white fabric and folded it and cut it in the shape of a heart. Put down the word adorable. Oh, I have some lace in this corner too. I put down the paper first and then the fabric lace in the corner, the fabric heart, the word adorable, and another one of my pretty little flowers. And this time I alternated a darker pink and a lighter pink and a darker pink. I think it showed up a little better. And I put a little bling in the center. This flower here is from a die cut that I have. Another designer uses these all the time to decorate her books, and so I have a whole collection of these that I have done with my die cut, and I use them occasionally just to frame out a design. And these had little dots in the middle of each flower, so I put my rhinestone stick-ons on there. This page I used a pocket from the kit. I had to cut it down, but it was designed to be a pocket. And inside the pocket I have a postcard, journal card that has tulle tied on the top of it. The Valentine bingo card. And then this tag, I added a little piece of our paper lace and the word Our Love Story. I think this would make a perfect gift for newlyweds. If you're searching for a gift to give someone, the words in this kit have a lot of words that can be used for new brides. Now this page I made a double pocket and then made it into a side pocket, and the way I did that was I took this large tag and put it down first, and then I took this tag and folded up. This is why it's good to print on the back too, because when I folded it up there was a coordinating design. So I made a pocket with this one, the top of this one, and the pocket where I folded this up. When I glued down the big tag, I glued on this top part down this side and here in order to create a side pocket. It's got our little girl again. And then this one, after I folded it over, I glued down the 3 sides here and made this pocket. I added a fussy cut pink rose here at the top. And then in order to make this pocket, I had folded that up and I glued these two sides down. And I put my gentleman's picture in there. I added a piece of our paper lace, a little piece that I had cut off of some of the ephemera. I think this was actually the bottom part of a journal card. The words "A Love Story" and some bling. Now these larger pieces of bling I actually found in the stationery section of my Walgreens store, so you never know where you're going to find things that you can use on your journals. This is the center of the book. I only used 3 pages this time, which is plenty big. There's plenty of space to write, and it makes a nice gift that is more than a card, something someone would want to keep. And this string that I used is 4-ply, and I bought it years ago for candle wicking. But you can do the same with embroidery floss. The next page, I made a corner pocket out of one of my background papers. I added a piece of a pineapple doily, and then I glued on this piece of ephemera. It was already collaged, I just cut it out. And inside this pocket, I have an adored bingo card as a journal card, this tag journal card, and then this file folder. On this other partial page, shorter page, I made a little pocket here. I actually think it's a double pocket, and it's made out of one of the file folders. I folded up the file folder and glued it down on 3 sides, and then I glued this side down to create a pocket. So in the back, I put this tag, and in the front, I put this little tag and the love ticket. To decorate the front of this, I just used some cheesecloth and the words "You Complete Me" and my bling stick-ons. This is 2 more of the flowers that I have the die cuts for. I cut them all out of like a lavender and a yellow and pink and a white, colors that I would use in most of my journals, and then I just have them all in a box. And I added a little bling in the middle of that flower. On the back side of this short page, I created a, that's the pocket I created when I folded it up. I glued down this edge. I decorated the front of the pocket with some music. I always love to show the treble and bass clef and the sharps. I think that looks really neat. And some of my paper lace and a little piece of our ephemera. I think this was actually part of a title on one of the pages that I printed. Inside, I've used these 2 items that are the same shape but different sizes. Just put the words on there. So this is love, and tied some sparkly ribbon in the top. Those are both journal cards. And on the back here, I was going to do a flip out anyway, and I realized I hadn't used this envelope, so I made kind of a double flip out. I decorated the front of this envelope with a heart cut out of my fabric and the words "Vintage Love." And then it opens up, and then this card flips out. So on the back side of the envelope, I fussy cut out the rose, and the flap is glued down to the page. Inside this is 2 bingo cards, and they're both journal cards. And when I made this flap, when I cut out this picture from our kit, I left a piece sticking out here that I could fold under. So when I went to glue these in, I folded these together just like I wanted them, put glue on their flaps, and then pressed them down so they would be exactly where I wanted them. So she opens up for writing space with the rose paper. This opens up with writing space and journal cards inside. And then I just kind of covered the flaps with this large green checkered tag, a little piece of one of the tickets, hugs and kisses, and this was cut out collage from the kit. And on the back side, I wanted to make sure that this ribbon stayed glued down, so I put some cheesecloth down, and then this beautiful picture is glued on the back. And I signed the back of my journals with the name of the journal, and then Made with Love, Carolyn, and little heart. So that's my journal from second journal from this kit. So I have made the heart garland and 2 journals, and so there's still a lot of items left. So what I do when I have pieces and parts left of a kit that I'm not using, I use one of these envelopes that I ordered off of Amazon. And they're wonderful because I can see through. I can put everything that's left from the kit down in here that I can use on other projects, or get this back out to make something else. And in a little slot here, it has a paper where I use the name of the kit and the name of the designer. And that way, if I wanted to print it out again, it would be easy to find on my computer. And I think that's all I wanted to share with you today. This is the first journal. It has 4 pages folded in half. This one has 3 folded in half. And they're plenty big, and I had fun making them. I didn't get tired of trying to think up ideas. They just kind of flowed with what all I had out on my desk with me. So I hope you've enjoyed these, and will maybe think about making something yourself out of this kit. It is a beautiful kit, and all the roses and little girls and flowers can be used in combination with other things that have this theme too. So it doesn't have to stay just with this kit, but when I'm working on these journals like this, I try to just use what's in the kit and then put them back for gifts for the future. So I hope you remember that every day is a gift. Always look for the joy in each day, no matter what you're going through. If you focus on your blessings and not your problems, you'll find that you have a much better day. If you're depressed and you're not motivated, get up and do just a little something. I used to make prayer shawls, and I still do, but I haven't crocheted for quite some time. And I had 2 crocheted ones almost finished and 1 knitted one almost finished. And in 2021, my husband was really sick, and he passed away at the end of the year. And then 2022 came, and I just couldn't get motivated to do those shawls, to pick up the crocheting and knitting again. I have spent a lot of time with the paper crafts, which has helped to heal my heart and give my mind something beautiful to focus on. But just last week, I got out one of those shawls, and I thought, I'm going to finish this. And it was just a little bit I needed to do, just maybe 4 inches. And I started crocheting, and the rhythm of the needle and the simplicity of the pattern just kind of calmed my mind. And so once I started, then I wanted to do the others. I didn't want to stop. And I think that you'll find that with the crafts, that if you kind of get depressed or burn out or not motivated, if you'll just make something small, it'll keep your mind, get you going again. I have these boxes on my desk of little things that I've made, and I keep them in boxes like this so that I can pull from them to attach to gifts, or use as bookmarks, or use within a journal that I'm working on. So even though you don't have the motivation to do a big project like this, break it down into something small. Make a bunch of little tags, or decorate some little pieces that could be glued in later. Make some hidden paper clips. There's all kinds of things you can do that are just small, and you can kind of mass produce and relax as you're being creative with small things. So I encourage you to do that if you ever hit a slump, because we all have those kind of times. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you'll remember these little positive tips that I like to share with you, because if they help me, I feel like they'll help others too. So I'll be back soon. I have a couple of freebies that I wanted to concentrate on next. They're both Valentine theme, and I'll share those with you. And then I believe I'll move on to a kit that features buttons, and I'm a button collector, so it should be fun. So have a great day, and I'll see you soon.